emphasis you've been trying to impart on the offense since the Texas Tech game?
Just kind of focusing. I think our detail and our play a little bit. We're just inconsistent right now in terms of, every part of our game, from, finishing blocks or outrunning, reading coverage, whatever it may be. We just got to keep being consistent and keep improving. That's the key, and that's what we look for. The game is really us against us and being the best us we can be. And if we can do that, that's all you can ask of our guys, and to go out and execute and play really hard, and the chips fall where they may.
Is this something you anticipated coming out of fall camp?
A little
Need
bit.
a little bit of time to get sync. Yeah.
What's different is our defense is an odd stack cover three team, and we're seeing a lot of 4-down quarters, so with a lot of young players, and so it's a lot different. Anybody that's ever coached offensively understands the difference. It's different for O-line, it's different in protections, it's different in route running, it's different in perimeter blocking, it's different all the way around. And you don't get a chance to really simulate and practice that, and then their pieces move, right? It's versions of cover 4, cover 2, and things of that. And when you don't see that very much, and you have to learn on the fly, and you're a young player, you're Julian Gray, you're Demi Sumo, you're Sept Sebro, sometimes those young players, Anthony Belton, he started 3 games for us. It's like all of a sudden, sometimes they're inconsistent. They see something, and, it's just different. And so it's my job to make sure I streamline and give our guys a chance to go out there and play hard.
You see a play like the trick play early to the pass to Larry.
Yeah.
Anthony got excited and drove his guy almost through the end zone. Is
Yeah.
that just a case of him just being super excited and wanting to do a good job? And
basically just, he's playing with great effort. Like, you look at, we had some penalties in our first 11 plays. I think we had 3 penalties, and 2 of them one was an effort, but both of them were effort plays. DC did a great job blocking the guy on the screen, and it just took a while. The back made a couple of moves, and DC's trying to finish, and the guy just kind of turked his body, and that's where you got to let go. It's just at that point you can't push him in the back, but it's an aggressive mistake, or AB's. He's down there blocking his guy and keeps blocking him, and next thing you know, he ends up in the end zone and on that play. So it's just those type of things, right? You coach it, you practice that play like 10 times. You never did that, and all of a sudden in the game you did. It's just growing pains, I guess, a little bit with some guys.
Coach Horn talked about, even despite the things, guys could have scored 35 points. He had on Aiden White 6 points. 41 points would have been a heck of an offensive game.
Yeah,
and yet, it's that close.
I'm not down on I try not to listen to noise. We should score this, we should score that. The bottom line is a win, and what do we need to do to win the game, right? What we have to do better, we have to focus, and we got to eliminate penalties and turnovers. We have to do that, because those things are going to kill us. We move the ball and penalties, and we settle for field goals instead of touchdowns because of that, right? And so we can't do that. And I'm confident in our players' playmaking ability and what we're doing. Our guys up front, I think we're running the ball well. I think that we'll be okay. Like I don't have any doubt in my mind where we'll end up being. It's just some growing pains right now with some of the guys, and we're playing a lot. We're playing it. You see those guys; they're all playing. And so it's a little bit different. Last year you looked out there and it was a Mecca DC and there every snap almost, and so it's a little bit different, right? So, and that's okay, because we're going to need these guys as the season goes on. We need everybody.
UConn has gone through a massive amount of change the last 4 or 5 years. What do you kind of see, like what Coach Moore is trying to build for the future?
Yeah, I think he's changed. He's trying to get really consistent, and he's trying to, the guys play hard. I think their defensive line is very active. Very impressed with a couple of their players. Them at 0-95 stick out on tape. I think those guys can run to the ball, and they're really active players. And so I think what he's done is simplified also. Hey, we got to simplify, give our guys a chance, let them play hard, let them play fast, let them know all the adjustments, those type of things. And so he's seemed to have done that, and he keeps adding a little bit every game, as his guys can handle it. So, but you see a much better football team from week 1 than you do. They're much better than they were.
The circumstances sometimes influence play calling, like in second half against Texas Tech, you got a lead, you know, they're an up-tempo team. Do you try to more conscious effort to
No doubt.
sustain drive?
No doubt. Like, if you asked me a little bit about it, I was very pleased. We had the ball for almost 19 minutes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's all, that goes into a part of it. It goes into our tempo. It goes into, we're playing really well on defense and special teams. And, you know, we don't want to do anything foolish to lose the game at this point. We're in control of it. Let's grind it out. Let's be physical. Let's be smart with the football. Make good plays. Continue to move the chains and end every play with a kick, an extra point, a field goal, or a punt. You know, don't turn it over.
How big a weapon is Thayer? Just
I love.
passing the ball.
Yeah, I mean
Ability to
Thayer.
catch
I had
tough
2
passes.
touchdown passes. It's interesting. I told Devin too going in. I was like, "You ran for one, you've thrown for one." I said, "I'm gonna get you a catch for one." And when we did, and then I looked up and saw AB in the end zone. I was like, "God." But yeah, I mean, all the things he can do. You know, he's run reverses. He's thrown the football. He's excellent receiver. And the biggest thing, I probably take my hat off to him. He really worked on his blocking. I think he's become. I mean, we were running that power read stuff. He's cracking the mic. I mean, he did a great job for us.
I mean, you run that play where he winds up going to Demi. I mean, he's got him wide open. Sometimes you see a kid overthrow that one, or you know, just have
No
him
doubt,
wide
they
open.
get nervous because they see him so open.
Right.
Yeah.
We good with Coach Beck?
Yeah. that's